Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
War is costly. War is ugly. War is good for neither country involved. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the current nuclear crisis in Iran. And if you think this does not concern you, you're gravely mistaken. It concerns us greatly because if Iran develops nuclear weapons, it will cause a great unrest in the Middle East, even more so than it is now. If Iran developed nuclear weapons, they will threaten some of our closest allies. Israel, for an example, who has been allied with the U.S. for many years. I'm going to start off with a brief history of our good and bad relations with Iran to better help you understand the situation that we are in today. Then I'm going to talk about the current situation with Obama in Congress, trying to decide whether or not to impose further sanctions on Iran. And then I will finish up with the possible outcomes that can happen if we impose those further sanctions now or if we choose to wait. In August of 1953, we were in good standing with Iran. They were known as Persia at the time. The U.S. and Great Britain used their secret services to overthrow the Prime Minister, Mohammad Mossadegh, and they replaced him with the Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. He was an authoritarian monarch. Now, the people in Iran, they supported him at the time, but the more religious sect of Iran were not behind him. They felt like he was too conservative and he was just a puppy dog of the European powers and of America. In 1957, on March 5th, Iran signed a nuclear agreement with the U.S. This was under the reign of President Eisenhower. U.S. agreed to lease several kilos of enriched uranium to Iran, but this was only for peaceful uses of nuclear energy. On May 15th of 1975, Iran bought and operated an American-built nuclear reprocessing plant in order to extract plutonium, and they also used USA materials to produce fuel for its reactors. This was under President Ford. Now, in 1979, on January 16th, things took a turn for the worse. If you do recall, in the beginning I told you, on August 1953, when U.S. and Great Britain installed Mohammad Reza Pahlavi as an authoritarian monarch, many of the religious sects in Iran were not happy. So on January 16, 1979, the Islamic Revolution began, and the Shah Pahlavi was overthrown, and he fled the country. This was during President Carter's reign. From February to March of 1979, a lot of things changed. The Ayatollah Khomeini returned to Tehran after 14 years of exile, and he called for the expulsion of all foreigners. 1,350 Americans were evacuated from Iran the very same day. November 4th, 1979, Iranian militants known as the Students stormed the American embassy and held hostage all of the employees, demanding the return of the Shah Pahlavi to face the Iranian courts. But he was dying of cancer, and the U.S. would not release him to them. On November 11th, President Carter enforced the first sanction on Iran. We put an embargo on all Iranian oil imports. On the 19th of November, the Iranians released 10 hostages, 6 black men and 4 women. The only reason why these hostages were released was because Iran, the Ayatollah Khomeini, described the black men as being the oppressed people of America and said that they respected women enough to not hold them hostage. January 1981, President Reagan is sworn into office, and we have to release Iranian assets and properties in order to get the hostages back. In the late 1980s is when the rumors surfaced that Iran was developing nuclear weapons. That brings us to today. Obama is greatly against further sanctions at this time. In November of 2013, the Joint Plan of Action was developed, and it put an interim on all sanctions that were previously put on Iran. And we agreed not to impose further sanctions until this plan expired. And that's the big argument right now, whether or not to impose further sanctions, because we believe that Iran is still building nuclear weapons.
All right, thank you, dear. I am so sorry. We have 2.5 minutes left. So ask Stephanie any questions and we'll tally up the scores. We have one more person going today. Who was going today? Amanda?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to take you next time. And I'm sorry, as we run out of time because of the computer issues. Any questions?
It will be.
Any questions? For Stephanie. That was a tough topic. Thank you.
Did you guys already pick up aliens?
We did. Eric's?
Yes.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Whose birthday?
Birthday. Aww. Is it really your birthday?
No. Oh, wow.
That's all for him.
You all been pumped. Yeah.
No, but that's, I said that, I said, happy birthday, or else,
Wait, okay, so I dressed up today. Does that mean I don't need to dress up for my speech?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna wear jeans.
You can wear jeans as long as it looks nice. It's okay.
Oh, I always look nice.
This is true.
I did.
You do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, you just never came back.
unworthy.
Well, it is approximately 9:20, so you all are free.